Hi, all. Thanks so much for watching the Stephanie Feals show. On this episode, we're going to talk about dyeing hair and then about jogging. Like, it's just so weird. So, I'm going to start with my hair dye because I totally thought I told you guys the story like 2 weeks ago, but I guess I didn't. But I had to dye my hair because I was looking like that woman from the Titanic, and I had the hair dye on my hair. So, you have to let it sit there for like a half an hour. But I had to go get my daughter at the bus stop. Well, I wasn't going to waste the time that I already spent doing my hair, letting it sit there, only to take it off early and then still look like the woman from the Titanic or like she got food dye on her or something. No, thank you. So I decided I was just going to go to the bus stop with my hair totally like the dye all over it. So it was like shellacked to my head and then in a, kind of clipped up. But it was something to see. Well, my husband was like, "You are not going out of the house like that, are you?" And I was like, "Of course I am. I am not going to waste the time that I just spent dyeing this hair to take it off and have it not look good." So I go to the bus stop like this. He's looking embarrassed, but unfortunately, everybody already knows that he's my husband. The kids get off the bus. I could have been wearing a suit made of pigskin, and no one would have looked at me more strangely than they did with this hair dye on my hair. It was hysterical. These kids were literally frozen. The one kid stood on the bottom step of the bus and just like, and I was like, "It's hair dye." And he's just like, it was so crazy. And then a couple were like, "What are you doing? What is wrong with your head?" And I was like, "It's hair dye." So I don't know if either their parents don't have gray hair and don't dye it, need to dye it, or if they go to a salon and they get it done there. But I always dye mine at home because it's just one color. If I had two colors, I'm not going to mess with that because I'm not trying to look like, some kind of, I don't know, Barbie and the Rockers. It was so funny because they were just like, I never anticipated that reaction again. I didn't think it was that odd. I mean, sure, you look like a goofball, but I didn't think it was anything strange. But what is strange is jogging or running. It's the weirdest thing. I started jump roping, and my husband thought that was weird, like to go outside and to jump rope for exercise when we live in a neighborhood. And he's like, "All the neighbors will see you jump roping. That seems so weird." And I'm like, "I don't care. I'm going to jump rope, and it's great because my daughter can play and I can jump rope. So we're multitasking." So yesterday I was at the bus stop and me and my friend Emily were chatting, and we chatted for like more than an hour and a half. And I was so annoyed at myself after because I was like, "Why did we not think to just walk? Then we would have at least been getting something done. I could have walked the dog." And then it was a beautiful day. I'm like now almost 2 hours behind where I should be doing things. I wanted to do cardio, wanted to take the dog for a walk. And I was like, "Dang it. Okay, fine. I'll do my exercises. Then I'm going to take this dog out and we're going to jog/run." I felt like a psychopath. Like, how do you just go out of your house? Like, you're in your house, you're standing, no threats around, and then you open your door or your garage door, and then you just run. Why? Why am I? It's so weird, guys. When people started jogging and running for exercise, how bizarre that must have been. Like, all of a sudden, you're living in a world where nobody runs. Like, people just don't run for exercise. It's only like if there's an actual threat. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing neighbors like running, like past your house, past your, like, what is Sally doing? Why is Sally running? It's so weird. And then you have special gears, like you're wearing the clothes, you're wearing, like, why is that? What? Sally just gets this outfit on and then runs. And sometimes it's cold or sometimes it's hot and sometimes it's so strange. So I literally just could not bring myself to just start running because it seemed so weird. So I had to think about a couple weeks ago when it was hat day at school and I forgot my daughter's hat. So I ran back home and then ran back to the bus stop to get her the hat before the bus got there. And I was like, "Okay, I'm going to pretend like I am running with the hat on hat day to get to that bus." But I had to do that because I could not bring myself to otherwise just begin running. And I don't look at other people strangely when they run. I accept that this is like what people do. It's part of exercise. It's no big deal. But for myself, I just cannot get past that concept. I was trying to tell my husband about it last night, and I was running down the hall, which is equally as ludicrous to me. I just like, why am I running? And I was laughing so hard, I couldn't even tell the story. It's that absurd to me for me to just open the garage door or the front door and begin running without any impetus. What? As it turns out, we did about 2 miles, and, it was a good exercise. My heart rate was in a great zone. It just felt so bizarre to me. And like, where am I what am I doing? I guess I needed a purpose. I needed something, but it just felt bizarre. That's the best word I can come. Just and comical. It was comical. What am I doing running? And what will other people think doing I'm running? Like, when I started the jump roping, I didn't really care. I was like, "Listen, I'm the neighborhood crazy lady who's jump roping in her driveway all the time. That's fine. I'm cool with that." But for some reason, the running is just like in a different category for me, and I don't even know what else to say. It's ridiculous. It was so funny. So, but we got it done, and I was glad that I multitasked. So I got the cardio done. Plus, I got to take the dog out, and then I had a funny story to tell because that was just something else. That was a trip. So, interviews are coming. I have 3 that are confirmed, 1 that is scheduled. And as I said in the video about Joanne, thank you, Joanne, they will be, that common thread that ties everybody together is that watch me. I can, I will, watch me. And I love that sort of positive defiance behind it. And I'm excited to see what everybody has to say and the stories they're going to tell because I think everybody does have a really cool story to tell. And that's what I love about doing what I do, getting to hear why people do what they do and why things that matter to them matter, how they make decisions. I love learning about people and who they are and what makes them them. So I'm excited to look at that from the watch me perspective and hope that you guys watch along with us. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.